What up, what up, what up, what up?
Me love Jamaica, me not sell out. Them try clip we wings, somehow we can't fly out. But when we there, yard, nothing nice like Jamaica. Prosperity and banana. Under the tree, with a glass of lemonade. Jumping at the river when we ready to pay. No boy can buy me out. You no foreign minded, no we compare to Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica.
Walk one, cousin Sam.
Jamaica love.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love. The one that represents the citizens of Jamaica.
Welcome back to another show with your cousins who inhale the good shit and exhale the bullshit about everything made in the West Indies. We're jamming out to some busy signal tonight. This song is like a whole vibe. It's like a mood.
Surely is a whole good vibe.
Is that right?
It surely is a good vibe. I have a question though. You think
Yeah.
busy City gonna really jump in the river and hold a beat?
I don't know. I just saw on social media where Cardi B won a court case of somebody dragging her name on YouTube. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about Busy because
Well, I don't have much to offer, so
So what?
I don't have much. We can sell for 2 pack of cock soup. That's it.
Yeah, or a Yingling leftover from Christmas.
Yep, that's it. I don't got much.
This is like one of my all-time favorite songs, guys. So in case we need to say, we do not own the rights to this music that we're playing during tonight's show. Busy, we just have borrow it, we just have dig it up, maybe get a little royalty, but we're not taking a song. So welcome, welcome, and thank you for tuning into episode 4 of season 2 of the Cousins and BS podcast. Huge shout out and thank you as always to those of you who are live with us, and for those of you who have been sharing our previous episodes on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and all the other platforms that our show is available on. I am Cousin Smishy V, and of course with me tonight, my co-host, aka Cousin Red, Cousin Fix It, something else. The man have a name like these and longer than these. Walk on, cousin.
Yeah, what you say? Everything all right?
Say what?
Everything all right?
Boy, I don't know. I'm recovering from a heck of a food poisoning. Listen.
Ooh, what poison?
My favorite said on the podcast because if somebody see me at milk quarters that eat shrimp, them are gonna say they're gonna see a shrimp for poisoning. Yo.
You sure it's in a craving poison?
We got that door and come back. Not even talk. If you have ever been food poisoned by your favorite food, say something. Let us know. Because we don't know how to feel about this. Like, how can I love you so much and you can't do this to me? This hurts.
Your food sound like a Jamaican man.
Listen, this is too much. But I'm just
how severe was the food poison?
I'm telling you, I went to that door and come back. You ever get food poisoning yet?
I was hospitalized. The only time I've been hospitalized in my life.
Listen, me crawl, me one got emergency room, couldn't make it. Listen, man,
I had
that
to.
shit was wicked.
I had to. It was a $16,000 volcano lava taco from Taco Bell. That's the value of it.
Right.
That's what the bill ended up being. So
Yo,
that was 14 years ago.
14?
14 years ago. Never went back.
Jesus, help me. I haven't been there in about 7 years because Taco Bell is a whole other story. It's like built-in laxative.
And then of course I got food poisoning once by Aki, so I don't eat Aki.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing though. People who get food poisoning by something tend to not go back.
Oh
I'm
no,
here.
no, oh yeah.
I I've seen that door and back, and I'm here still debating if it finished because I haven't finished all of the shrimp. Maybe I have things to eat it tomorrow.
It's not like an abusive relationship.
Okay, so I need to know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. If you get food poisoning by something, is it really the food fault or are you are eating wrong? Because in
I don't know. I mean, chicken's been good to me so far, so
but you ever eat chicken by hungry and feel bad?
no, never, never, never done that. I mean,
I need
really,
somebody on my side about this food
it's one and done with me. If I ever get like that from something,
poisoning.
that's it. It's one and done.
So let me ask you this now. I'm gonna put you on the spot because how you feel about managed water is probably how I feel about milk water pepper shrimp. So if you
Hmm.
got sick from drinking soup, any kind of soup, managed
I'm going
water,
back. I'm going back.
exactly. So
I
you
gotta
see,
test. I gotta test.
exactly.
I gotta
So you
test
can see my
abuse.
predicament.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand. I gotta go back. I have to see if it's
Yeah,
me. It's me or the
right.
managed water.
So that's why I'm debating about the rest of the shrimp. But let me, I really want to see if I'm me I eat the shrimp bad or the shrimp really.
Well,
Shrimp can really.
is this uncooked or cooked already?
No, it was cooked already, straight from Middle Quarter. Somebody pack it and send it for me.
That's it's probably probably boiled. That's what the hell it is. Probably boiled.
Listen,
And
I
let me
feel
tell you
hard.
something. Boiled
Uh-huh.
shrimp, boiled shrimp is a hard thing to tell because the smell of shrimp alone just.
But one thing that I realized last night when it hit me, me I try hard for every remedy when me ever hear my grandmother, great grandmother, and mother talk boy. Rubbing alcohol, me I stop up my neck, me I stop up my and when me can't smell the alcohol, me I try smell it.
Oh yeah, alcohol
I
is
am
strong, man.
telling you,
You need alcohol with fermenting. Eh?
what you say?
Yeah, I mean, drop one handful of fermenting alcohol for turn up.
And what does that do?
I'll run duppy. You try. You try. Trust me.
All right, me have some piment. Can I use the leaf or me need the seed?
The seed. Drop one spoonful of seed in it. I'll
All right,
make it
we're gonna
ferment. And you
uh,
see how the body thing feel bad fever.
like regular rubbing alcohol. I need like
Regular rum alcohol. I like 100% alcohol.
the white one or the green one.
Whichever one comes in because you can get
Okay,
60, 80.
okay,
I like 100%.
okay. Well, I'm never gonna add that to my medicine cabinet for
Oh yeah,
this
definitely.
weekend
Definitely.
because I feel like I'm going back for the rest of that shrimp.
No, listen, nothing can fix feel bad. I feel like two Excedrin and boiled Guinness. I'm rubbing alcohol.
You are frying us about boiled guineas.
What? You sweat like a cow.
Hey, I want me deal. I pass me. I try passing me.
No, it's a real thing. That's a fever. That's a fever. Probably work macaroni too. Me don't say work one chicken gun here.
It
So
sound like, yo, it sound like you have a new vaccine brewing.
yeah, you think I joke? You think I joke? You boil one
Yeah.
Guinness and take take two Excedrin and drink that and wrap up that sheet.
Mm-hmm.
In a 45 minutes, you're ready for
So,
road.
speaking of chicken going on, last night one time, because I was slowly being poisoned by this shrimp. You know, understand? Like the way I was so excited about it, I was just eating it and telling myself, like, all right, you need to stop. Like, you need to stop eating now. So when I was being slowly poisoned, so my skin started itching. And that's the first thing come to my mind. I said, I wonder if a chicken gun here this. I'm talking my head, my foot bottom, my hand middle. Me I said, no, something not right. By
Mm.
the time it hit me and I realized that food poisoning, it was too late.
So you probably don't know this about me, but I'm allergic to crustacean.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So the one time I had spicy shrimp was can't forget it. It was at Ballas Valley Primary. Went to go play cricket, and they have to carry me home to hill. Like I thought I was gonna die. Like I never vomit too much in my life. Feel bad, cool sweat, I wash sweat.
Oh yes.
I never felt so bad in my life.
So that's when you stopped eating shrimp
That's my
or
first time and last time ever trying shrimp.
So what about like lobster and crab? And is something you cut that up?
I never had crab, but I tried. I never had lobster. I tried crab once. Jack Sprat when I was Jake's when I was young. And oh my god, that is a next. I remember, I can still feel every bump in the road from Central Beach.
Oh Lord!
And so I remember that one like it's nothing. Those two, like you know when you hang around drunk really bad and you're really weak and you say, "Nah, I drink no more liquor."
I'm just so about to say it
Why the right back? But with the shrimp and the crab, me know if it's fact I would never. I think my life depend on it.
Oh God.
The feel bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. Like, why you have to feel so bad?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know.
When I seriously got food poisoning, the only thing that helped was standing in the shower, in the hot shower. That was the only thing that helped.
Oh, see, I feel like the cold one just like knocked some life back into me.
No. I literally stand in the shower till the hot water run out,
Yeah.
and then the pain start coming.
Oh, well, enough about all of this food poisoning, guys. We will be right back to talk about the real episode for tonight. It's not food poisoning. It's Jamaica love or sellout. So don't go away. We'll soon come back.
Show me your hand, no matter which part of the world where you from. No matter what them want to say about Jamaica, me sing it out loud. Come proud to be one. Jamaica love, we wanna feel Jamaica love. Everybody wanna visit Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Jamaica love, we wanna see Jamaica love. The one that represents the citizens of Jamaica. Jamaica love, Jamaica. Pick up the youth, we are wiping our glass. Youth, we are trying always and come last. Don't give up. Jimmy Cliff, tell them many rivers to cross. Help out your sister if she get lost. Don't turn your face to the grass and pass. Show love to the elders, respect you, can them pave the way in the past. Some man go on like say them better than people. Through them a drive a one vehicle, and it make them move easily. Easier for a camel pass through the eye of the nigger. And the rich because sit down in a heaven and bitch. That now when you meet ever hungry, I can me a walk and look back. Every lucky tree me a serve. Jamaica.
Whoa, busy. Every ackee tree, you know how much ackee tree that? Huh.
Still my yard.
Well, guys, welcome back. So we're just gonna jump right into tonight's episode. So as we were wrapping up last week's episode where we talked about the ongoing crime and violence and the COVID and the political shift in Jamaica, Red asked a question that, maybe the solution to all of this problem, to the economics, the politics, is somewhat rooted in the fact that a lot of capable folks have left the country and maybe they should consider probably returning and then helping to provide a solution to the ongoing issues. So, Red, tell us exactly what you meant and exactly what you were asking so we can set the tone for what we need to talk about tonight.
Well, I think the question is, I was along the lines of pretty much the people that outside the country, the brilliant people, are the people that come here and have some kind of success and never invest or put anything back into their country. But those people yet be the first to buy out every Usain Bolt shirt out of Walmart. And Olympics come on and they go in the house, they fully decked out in Bob Marley and Jamaica paraphernalia, but you ask them when the last time they go a yard and they say, about 20 years ago.
Right.
I mean, take one taxi, and then go back a junction, then last.
Exactly. Oh God, not with KFC in a junction, no. But yeah. So, and I hear what you're saying, and so essentially, the term that has been used for decades to describe something like that is what they call this movement is where trained and experienced professionals from Jamaica go overseas for what they say is a better life, and so they call it brain drain, right? Because you're taking the education outside of the country and building on somebody else's economy. But I feel like where the issue lies with this definition of brain drain is that if the educated professional leave the country to find better opportunity and it doesn't impact Jamaica's economy, then is brain drain an issue? So I feel like a better definition is that when the country's highly trained people actually leave and then leave the country in a worse off situation than what it was before. Like when I left Jamaica, who missed me? Jamaica worse off without me or better? Let's say if there's no significant impact, is it really draining the country of its resources? And
Well,
so is it bullshit or is it a real problem? Is it a plague or is it just people looking for better opportunities? Right?
yeah, I'm here, there. I hear you. I was just pondering a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think about like
Mm-hmm.
the way you phrase it, everyone
Mm-hmm.
wants a better opportunity. That's the
Right.
greatest thing about America, right?
Right.
Um, but yet you have those who come on a government granted program, like
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to come, uh, whatever fee you got sent here for, put back in, pay off your debt, and do your service. But yet they get here, the first thing they do, they run off.
Right.
So who's taking that L? I mean, you're looking better for yourself, but who's taking that L?
Right. Well, I
You,
guess all right. So I see what you're saying that way. Yeah. So in that
if
sense,
you,
is it Jamaica love or is it sellout? Like, them a sell out
I'm
Jamaica
calling it
fake,
sellout.
them a foreign minded,
It's
or
not easy to say because
hello? Okay, I think we might have lost Red. In the meantime, like the way I look at
is that
it,
what it is?
are you back?
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. You went muted for a second.
I don't know how that happened there.
Okay, we're back now.
Okay. So I'm saying if you go back home and I'm sure
Mhm,
you experience it, you're having a casual conversation and the
mhm,
topic of because everybody a country fully bad, fully
mhm.
cable up. They live the
Right,
American life outside of America, right?
right.
So they think they know the system. So you have a conversation and the first thing when you bring up a valid point is like, oh no lucky, oh no the America. Like, is it
Mhm.
luck? Like
Right,
I came here when I was 10. I didn't have a choice. Like it wasn't my
right.
choice. But on the flip side, I'm like, is it luck? Like
Well, in a sense where I feel like because of the culture that we have in Jamaica. So our culture in Jamaica is very, very, and I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Like it's so like engraved in nepotism and who you know. That's how people get ahead in society. And so, because of that, there's this notion that people fling around loosely all the time without even truly understanding if it's true or not, based on statistics and numbers. Say, no, they're Jamaica. And if you want better, you have to leave the country. And so, growing up, when somebody like a 10-year-old, you would migrate and go overseas, they would call you lucky because not everyone at 10-year-old in the country would be offered that opportunity to go elsewhere. And them already grew up with the notion in their head say, nothing no good there Jamaica, nothing no there fluid. So I feel like even because of that, they actually use that as an excuse to not even try to create an opportunity or find an
So the
opportunity.
Jamaican term would be bad mind then.
Is it though?
Let's call it what it is. Like
You know, so bad man and red eye are two different things. Did you know that?
I do know that, but how
Okay. So we're
using it in
talking
the
bad
right
man or talking red eye.
is it red eye?
You red eye, you
Yeah,
see
yeah. I'm saying, is
something
it
that
red eye?
somebody
Or is
else
it bad mind? Which one?
has. All right. In my understanding of red eye, you see something what somebody have and you
I want it.
want it. Bad
Mm-hmm.
man, you hate them because them have it. You can red eye, but you don't necessarily hate the person. You just
True.
want what the person have. When you're bad mind, you want what the person have and you hate them because them have it and you not have it.
Okay, so which one is it? Let's get cleared away.
Boy, you can't combine. Can we combine the word?
Red eye mind.
Red mind.
Like, I mean, so I know what you're saying. Like, all right, play devil's advocate. A lot of
Okay.
Jamaicans say,
Right.
"Oh, the government do nothing. There's an economy, da da
Right.
da." But question: how does the Indian and the Chinese and the Africans and the Haitian come and make so much out of nothing?
That's what I'm saying. There is opportunity there, but there is it's masked, and then because it's rooted in nepotism, the opportunity that is there is not readily available to the citizens of Jamaica. If you don't know, okay, how can you explain somebody that goes to university, they go to college, then go to high school, then do CXC, then do Cape, then go to university or some college, get a degree in, say, environmental science. And when they left school, they are the branch manager for Scotia Bank. And you have the same guy who study accounting, have a MBA, have a degree in accounting, and can't even get a job as a bank teller. Tell me no.
Well,
When you send in
well,
your resume and the top of it and you say you're environmental scientist, where you doing that bound? You have to know somebody. How the heck you get that job?
my mama always say, life have 50% luck, life have 50% luck, 50% who you know. So you know,
Exactly.
it's
Or maybe he know a very good Obia man down at St. Thomas. Me don't know.
boy, the eye powerful.
Powerful. But what I am saying is I don't think self-preservation is bullshit. I don't think I personally I love Jamaica. I consider myself very patriotic. In the same way that I love Jamaica, I don't think Jamaica loves me back. And so, in that moment, my natural human instinct now kicks in. And you know what the basic instinct of an animal of our class
It's
is? To
anything. It's to
survive.
survive.
To
Anything,
survive.
not
And so, my
animal.
basic instinct checks in, and I'm like, well, look, yes, I'm patriotic. I want to choose nationalism where I want to be loyal and devoted and hold the allegiance of my nation above everything else, above God and mankind. And what the national pledge say, what the pledge say, above God and mankind. I want
Hmm.
to hold Jamaica there. Jamaica doesn't want to give me that opportunity. So now I have to choose self preservation. I have to choose basic instincts to survive. And hence, I am now going to look for opportunity elsewhere because I need to survive in order for my generation or my family line to survive. So I don't say it's sell out. I'm thinking I'm choosing me. It's self preservation over nationalism every day for me. I'm just saying.
Okay,
And-
this is a beautiful conversation to have because
Okay.
we we're wearing the same shoe but two different foot.
Right.
I'm not very patriotic. I'm not. I don't dress up in Jamaican colors. I don't hang a Jamaican flag from my car. I stay
Mhm.
very discreet. Like
Right.
you have to crack a code to know I'm Jamaican. I like it
Right.
that way,
And I'm the opposite. Like I have
and
a
that's
Jamaican
what I'm
flag
saying.
right
But
now hanging in my office. Like you know me when I travel. I don't go anywhere with my Jamaican
yeah,
flag.
I
Yeah.
know that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Half the time people think I'm Spanish. Like I I do not. And but yet deep down I have a bigger concern. Like my end goal is backyard, you know? So I mean, it's a good conversation to be had because there's different insight of, well, I wouldn't say insight, different ways of looking at it. Because you're seeing it through one lens and I'm seeing it through another lens, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that someone that wants the opportunity and have the chance to
Right.
make a better
Yeah.
for themselves, like is your natural instinct is to capitalize on that. You know, what's the
Right.
sense are you sitting on this, let's just say, engineering degree that you can't use? Like, you know, you got
Right.
settled for soup man, you know?
Right. Right.
I
No,
understand.
literally.
That one I understand.
Right. Like literally. And that is the honest to God truth. Because even when you think about it, like when I think about it, like personally, like I want to return home eventually. Like that's my goal. Like I want to retire there. And even before retirement age, like I want to give back to my country, even though it hasn't given me much, and especially with my professional background, like I feel like I would be a true asset to politics or wherever I decide to devote and commit myself. But the true God honest story is I can't blame folks who leave school, like myself, leave school and there's nowhere to go to utilize the degree that you actually went to school for. And then a lot of people, this is the first thing that they say: you're just foreign minded. I'm not foreign minded, but where is the opportunity? How many times you hear young people say it, like, and I have to caveat this with the fact that this is not an excuse or a justification to find or create opportunity within Jamaica, but you have degrees that are not feasible to workplace, and you're leaving college. It's like batshit crazy. Like literally, 85% of people who graduate from university or college at Jamaica, they leave the country after graduation to find opportunity elsewhere. And the remaining 15% were in the country. How much people you say they left school and sit down and not do nothing? They can't even find jobs for the 15% of educated, well-trained, skilled people that are left in the country. People that work at Digicel, we overqualified, we have master's degree. Um, so basically what we have is a country and an economy that can't sustain majority of the skill sets and talent that were birthed from the island. So that's why you hear these big news of, oh, the first Jamaican this to get appointed to that, the first Caribbean woman to do this and that, and all these stuff, and people are proud. But can you truly say, Red, if those persons were patriotic to the bone and decided to stay at Jamaica, would they have been able to maximize their full potential and be what they are today?
So this is a stimulating conversation because it's purposely designed to bring everyone out of the box to get out of their comfort zone. All right, let's look at it on the other side now. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you know this, but I used to run a phone shop in Junction,
Yeah,
right?
back in
And
the Valley Girl days.
you know it, you know it. So 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 I tried to do things the right way, which is buying, sending it, and paying the GCT on it.
Right.
And let me tell you this: to buy an iPhone at the time and then turn around and pay 14% on it,
After spending the
especially
money to get
after
it, right?
sending it, and you end up spending at least 400,000 on taxes after clearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that just demolish your margin of profit. To me, it was just easier to pay a man 50,000 if you just overlook the barrel. And it's like, yeah, yeah, good. You know? So
Yeah.
if
No,
if in
literally.
that sense, if the government was fair, they could have made the money instead of some random guy. You know, no
No,
one
that's
you want to pay 14% on a
no.
$1,000 phone. That's
No.
$14,000. You do that
Yeah.
10
And for
times.
that
That's ridiculous.
and for that reason, for that reason, the culture of nepotism and corruption, it becomes even deeper rooted because the man where you are gonna give $100, squeeze him a $50 in a custom to overlook your bag. He might gonna take that $50 there, because guess what? He underpay and he want the money. So if him have to look a blind eye to put food on the table for him, baby mother or daughter, whomever I'm to take care of, what you think him ought to do?
Yeah, I totally understand, but I'm
That's
looking
why-
at it like even now in my field that I want to do something back home, but it's unreasonable. But yet so many people do it the legal way, and then they give so much lies to non-Jamaicans that
Mhm.
it's like why are you even trying, you know?
Right. You know what? I also so think about when I have to think, because I said, if those persons stayed in Jamaica, would they truly maximize their full potential? But there's also the notion that when people migrate, they work harder when they are foreign, because if they did their Jamaica, they wouldn't do certain things that they do when they're here. What do you think
Well,
about that?
when in Rome, you gotta do as the Rome. Like you can't come America with your Jamaica attitude where you crush bar every night.
But
Uh,
what if that attitude that they have here,
that
what
won't
if
work here.
that attitude in Jamaica, would that have created more opportunities or better opportunities there? Like if they had the same mindset, are foreign minded, if they treated Jamaica the way they treat Canada, England, America, would that work ethic bring them, or unlock a certain sense of creativity where they're creating new
Listen,
job opportunities for the citizens of the nation?
listen. The way I see it, Jamaica is like Uncle Bata is, gal. Like you treat her how you want to treat her, but when you
Why? We can't say that.
this is what it is. I'm gonna be real. But when you get the good, you
Bullshit.
get the good nurse gal or the banker gal, you treat her like a murder. You treat her like a, you know, you don't. It's not the same treatment anymore.
What? I,
That's the way. That's exactly how you treat
we just don't because
it. That's the way you treat it. You treat Jamaica like a Bataille gal, and then you treat America like a good bunker gal, or you're good nurse gal, or you're good accountant.
oh my
You
goodness, that's bullshit. But
that's how you. I mean, no one's gonna put in the effort. Like you come America,
yeah.
like that's the thing is like. I
Mhm.
wish they would allow me at a Kingston to stamp visa because there would be no one left in Jamaica. Like I
Look,
would love to send everyone here so they could experience the
mm,
Mercury dream.
but I don't think. So this is what I have to say about that. I don't think it's for everybody. And I've had people or know of people who, they came here for school and they went back home because they want to give back or try to change situation there, and they are in, it's rough. I won't say they're in worse conditions. I mean, they could have been in a better condition if they chose that easier path, because a lot of people think like foreign is the easier way out, and if you really make it in Jamaica, that means you gave it your all, you tried, and you really executed something that a lot of people have not been able to do for decades, like make a real successful life or create a legacy for you and your family and their family to come while living in Jamaica with the limited resources that we already have on the island, because we already know that our resources are limited and we don't maximize or use them in a way that is optimal for everybody or anybody for that matter. But I
You,
also feel like the government, see how full government work. Full government work like a cokehead.
it's
Because
a waste. It's a waste, man. It's a
you
waste money.
no, because if you think about it, we can't invest in building the economy to create opportunities for our citizens, because guess what? We in a so much debt and we can't come out of it. We knee deep and then not even squeeze me seat and find me ankle. We are borrow money from people if we pay back money what we borrow from people. That makes sense?
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly. We
you know the
are
discussion.
Tom, and we are Barafan Dick to pay back Tom. So there is no way that like all the focus is on clearing debt. So there is no focus on sustaining the youth or sustaining the well-trained skilled professionals of the country, because they're so focused on saying, all right, it's almost like, all right, once we get out of debt, we're gonna fix this a problem. But they can't get out of debt if they keep doing or following the same bureaucracy and the same legislation that right from Michael Manley and from Wapikil Philip and whoever Peter and Paul did there with. They can't use the same thing to try and correct a 50-year-old or 50-decade-old debt and corruption and crisis. Like that is not going to do anything. You know that I do dig the hole deeper and cover it. Then come in like the construction man them a Jamaica now, when they just make the road pretty and smooth as it water, yeah, swim.
God,
Nobody can attract Nobody
but
can
you,
attract
but you see that, or people say, yeah, the road they clean in the die, road they free. That's all they
Routine.
care about. Like that. So
The
you know,
foundation, what
you
underneath
know,
it, they don't know about that.
I think the thing is like Jamaicans are not awoken yet. That's the biggest problem. Like that same old mentality. Like why you vote for a politician because the late 80s they bring zinc on your grandmother mentality.
Mhm.
Like that's not gonna go away. But on
Mhm.
a real, the other night I was talking to my uncle and I was like, one of the things I love is the Key West roof, and I'm like, it's
Yeah,
aluminum, right?
yeah.
We are one of the biggest aluminum export. Like we do not do anything with our raw aluminum. And I'm thinking like if
No,
I
we do
started,
something with it. We do something with it. We sell it.
yeah, I know.
We sell it.
I was thinking about if I could buy like a wholesale aluminum and make
Mhm.
like Decra
But see,
or
that's
Key
coming
West
back.
roof, like that would create like a whole job market and lower the cost of roof because we're using our own aluminum. Like if you buy a
But,
barrel of oil, it's like $120.
but
But
this
you
is
buy
this.
a barrel of gas, it's like $50,000. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. But this comes back to the same thing that this birthed out of the whole brain drain. Like the people who are skilled and qualified or competent enough to take that raw material, that aluminum that you're talking about, and create it into an actual product. They don't exist. They're not on the island. They're left and gone somewhere else where no, this same raw material is coming from Jamaica and being factored into something else that they use to create innovative and world changing things. Because guess what? That opportunity was not there for them to begin with. So they had to leave. So who are gonna change the aluminum into something else? There ain't nobody. Nobody not did that for do it.
I'm thinking about
So we
like
have to sell it.
I'm thinking like I'm on a serious note, like get
Mhm.
like a contract to make like fenders for like Nissan or Honda, like a big factory, just
Mhm.
stamping out like
Yeah.
aluminum fender, aluminum parts. Like we're not capitalizing on any of our resource. Like
And that's
thank
why,
God,
and that's the
thank God,
people.
Bolt can run. Like I suffer.
No, I seriously, because we have succumbed as a people, as a nation for so long, succumbed to this mindset that there's nothing there,
But that's the
and
bad. That's the sad
we,
part
we are
because
we are sitting on a gold mine of opportunities,
yeah,
but
that's the
we
sad
don't know
part
how to
because
take it.
the first thing I noticed, like
But
when we talk to like young youth, my ears, yo, nothing not going so that
uh-huh,
place a wasteland, and then
uh-huh,
you like you see the Chinese or the
uh-huh.
Indians or the Haitians that are making something going, and you're like,
Right. How
and
them do it.
we know
Right,
successful business people in
right.
Jamaica,
Yes,
okay,
we do.
yeah, and when I retire here, I'm going back home to be a goat farmer,
Right.
like 1,000 head of goat. That's my goal.
But what you said made a good point. Okay, so majority, or you can tell me, the demographic of the people who are very successful in Jamaica, that stayed in Jamaica their whole life, never go nowhere, then just make you work with what they have, versus the amount of people who are very successful in Jamaica who went overseas, created a life, got that capital, got that revenue, or the skill set or education that they need, and then come back home and then profit off the untapped resources that they now have learned to value, because it coming like a woman, see what you have until you lose it. Or you don't see the value and the love or how beautiful or how much opportunity is in Jamaica until you step out and then you look at it from a different eyeball or different point of view. Then you say, shit, just like you said, aluminum, raw material, how can we make that into products so that we are not wasting money on import and export? Because we sell it and then the same goods when our products, so they use it to make, we are import it back, to sell it back to food.
You know what I saw?
Sense.
Imported chicken foot and back. Like
Yeah.
why?
But when you think about the facts, say, here when me say no, the other day, and this was news to me, I did not know that chocolate milk was invented in Jamaica. I don't know if you knew.
I knew that. Also,
And we are importing chocolate milk.
if you didn't notice, the first rail track in the Western Hemisphere was in Jamaica. So
Yes.
know that the train is coming back. If you didn't know that, yeah, I know about chocolate milk too.
It shows. It just shows. Somebody said the other day in this thing that I was listening to, which just seemed relevant now, that Singapore on paper has no asset, but what drives their economy is that their people are so loyal. But then again,
That's the same.
Singapore,
That's the same country. That's the same
Singapore,
country. If you put a piece of bubble gum on the sidewalk, a 2 year in prison, like
yeah,
man, I kill one and I get 5 years, yeah, and then they get probation and shoot at the police station.
Yep.
So
But
so I don't know if you can. That's like comparing Bugatti to Kia. I don't know if you can do that.
But when you think about this, and this is another thing that I never really thought about until recently, while we were prepping for this episode, but the way that we are educated in the Caribbean or in Jamaica, the way that it's almost like your path is chosen for you through the school system, and if you don't excel, because think about it, CXC, there's a certain set of subjects that you can choose from, right? And if you don't fit into one of these box or category, then chances are you're done to your craft, or you are not competent to be successful. Because if you can't be lawyer, doctor, teacher, chef, because it's a very limited number of subjects. So what about the people who have absolutely no interest in becoming a lawyer, doctor, teacher, or whatever? What is left for them? They are, how much I didn't mind when sit on sidewalk with educated or no walk one, but they're just not passionate about any of that stuff. So then just look like them a cruff, and there's no other avenue, because all of the jobs then when you come out, or all of the jobs in Jamaica that even make people look upon you like you gain something, they stem from one of these subjects. Because if you don't have certain CXC subject, then you're not qualified to get a certain type of job that people in society look upon like, oh, this is a good paying job, or so like you said, the goat farmer, somebody will want to be a farmer, one subject in a school, well, agriculture, and you can't do one subject in a CXC because they're asking for 5 minimum, and if you do math, English, and agri, that's 3. But there's so much money and resource in farming, but people look down on stuff like that. So nobody wants to be a farmer. Nobody don't want to raise chicken. So how you got the chicken?
Everybody look down money until they start teeth you go.
Yeah. I put them in a what you didn't say? In
Pro
a
box.
Pro box.
Your pro box.
You put 15 goat in a pro box. Eh?
That's crazy.
And I'm just saying, it's just, and I have to say that I had really liked the avenue that the government was taking in the past couple of years to highlight more positivity around farming and youths in farming, and how this can be an actual means to earning and living well in the Caribbean. But that 50-year-old bureaucracy and stigma that was already attached to a job of that nature. It's hard. No amount of marketing is going to change or shift the outlook on it.
Listen, Fishy. Every time I go into Bravo and I pick up £3 of gold, it says product of Australia, and it costs me $16. Look how close
Really,
Jamaica is. You know how much profit I can make on that?
really.
Hmm. You know what profit?
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't have that closed-minded Jamaican mindset no more. I'm looking
right.
past that.
Hmm.
There's
Listen,
someone mouths to feed in China.
me,
I'm not just
yeah,
thinking. Yeah,
so much mouth that they're using other nameless meats to feed the
yeah,
population.
exactly. So I'm not just
Yeah.
look. You think I'm just my surrounding? Every time I go to Bravo and I pick up gold, it says product of Australia. You know how far Australia is here from here?
Listen, listen. I'm telling you, like this can't be. It just can't be the way that we
Listen,
continue to do things. Like nothing is going to change, and the ripple effect, like we were talking about, the ripple effect of all of this stuff. You know what that is now? It's the crime and the violence and everything that we were talking about last week, and that's that's a byproduct of all of this. Like there is no way of separating it. Like everything is interconnected. Everything, you know how Simba say is a circle of life. Like everything is related to the other. Everything has an effect on the other thing. There's no escaping it. So if you are going to like disregard one area of society or one area of politics and economy and say, oh, that doesn't affect the other, you're kidding. You're batshit crazy. That is bullshit. It's all interconnected and it all works together for the greater good. And
that's
unless
true.
we start looking at it that way, ain't no Jamaica lover, ain't no damn sellout. Cause me love Jamaica, but me not sell out. But if you not call me sell out, then tell me say me a sell out. I will I will take the name sell out if me have to choose self-preservation.
I
But
mean, it's the natural order of things. You're gonna wanna. I understand. The point is, it's a stronger point than just selling out. It's like if you tell me you're Jamaican, you haven't been back to Jamaica in under 5 years. I'm not
yeah,
having a conversation in Jamaican with you. You don't
yeah,
know Jamaica. Like
yeah.
you, if you're from wherever you're from, you probably get lost. I go to Lindsay's Market because you go off a old map in
Right,
your head.
right off a Flatbush Bridge.
Yeah,
Flat.
like like Jamaica is changing so rapid. Like last time I went home was
Mhm.
2018, and like so much stuff has changed. And when we hear about
Right.
since then, like 20 years from now, it's gonna be a different place.
Mhm.
We have no choice but to propel forward. Like, but the provoking thought is like, how much brilliant people are we gonna lose, and when is the government gonna do something to retain them? Like,
But you know what? And that's a valid point. When is the government going to do something to change the picture that, because when I look at brain drain and when I hear people talk about brain drain, like I think about it as a means to survive. It's a necessary evil. That's the perfect word. Brain drain is a necessary evil. Like it has to happen because at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself and you have to think about survival. Like if there is no way to make it work, then you have to look for the next best thing. It's like when a man lose a girl. Check me on this one. When a man lose a girl and love and life, but he mistreat the girl, I know the girl move on and gone to bigger better things. He will never be able to replace her, but him happy find the next best things are where am I gonna spend your whole life lonely, sad, can't
are
move
you
on, I
are
share
you
live
get
our life.
are you get 6 foot of rope or some grandma's one?
You never
What
know.
that do? What?
Where is that? Take it, does done it anyway.
Yeah,
There's no
not me,
difference.
but
That's like when men say, I saw this thing on social media. The girl said, Don't you hate it when men say, I can't live without you? But you're lying. Like, look at you. Don't you look stupid? There you are living. You're not dead. You're breathing. You're going out. Like, if you can't live without me, you should not be living. Stop lying. Like, what is that? What is that about?
I mean, it's a figure of speech, you know. I have never phrased those same word in a
Stop
sentence
putting
yet.
figures. Stop putting figures on speeches. Figures are figures and speeches are
I
speeches.
well, I'm my defense. I have never framed those words in a sentence. Like
So what do you say when
I
you
ain't letting
can't?
no man know. I'm letting no man know I can live without you. You had all these shit. Right? My grandmother said, well, I know my grandmother, but my uncle boy said, Mama, my girlfriend left me. And the boy said, and the grandmother said, don't worry, my son, plenty of fish nicey. And the boy said, I fi catch them. So,
How you gonna catch that? You don't have the right
yeah, we
resources.
know plenty
I
of fish
love that.
nicey, but he catch them.
I love I love that. That's perfect because there's a lot of opportunity in Jamaica, but how do you get those
You have to
opportunities?
catch them.
But you don't have the right equipment, you don't have the right resources to catch those opportunities because
And
guess what?
listen, I tried visiting Jamaica twice. The government don't cut you no blind.
The
Like
government don't do what?
they don't cut you no blind. Like they do
Oh,
not.
hell no.
It's easier to just pay someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, getting your license is easier to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
even
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
fully qualified. Like
Corruption again.
it's just easy. Like it's just easy. You think about how much money the government misses out on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you pay your uncle man on thirty
Yeah.
thousand, on him, in pocket 20 PS money, and they just keep getting smaller and smaller, right? And
But
you get your
see,
license.
but see, so there's two sides to that one. And I'll say this from just having a little bit of knowledge since my sister worked in the tax department for
Hmm.
years. But technically how it works is that if you do your test and you pass it and you drive and you pass it, you're supposed to get your driver's license like it's done here in the States. But
Hmm.
what the instructors were doing because they were trying to generate more revenue, nobody was passing the driver's test or getting their license on the first try. So they would have to come back and pay the fee again to do it. So them find it easier to say, all right, if me pay off the money one time, them not bother go through this year because me not gonna get it anyway. You understand?
Well, trust me, it makes sense because the first time I paid
Exactly.
GC, first time
Exactly.
I paid GCD, I was like, well, I point two of the percent of this tax money could just pay. Look at my, give my 50 grand. That's probably more than
Exactly.
he made in the last 3 months. If you look at my bar, yeah, man, he good man.
Exactly. And who is gonna refuse free money? Ain't nobody gonna refuse free money. I sure
Nope,
tell you refuse free money.
I want to, but that's if it was fair, that's money the government could have made.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not fair to buy something that you pay tax on already, and then
Right.
to pay tax on it, bringing it
Right.
in. You know,
Hmm.
it's just ridiculous. Like
It is
digital,
ridiculous. And
digital probably pay 1 cent if they pay any. If
because they do it, they write it off as charitable and then they get that tax break and God knows. Ugh.
it's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna say because we're approaching our hour. I can't believe it's been an hour. This was a really good follow-up session. So big up yourself, Red, for that. But I just want to say unless somebody produced like we all know like the effects and the disadvantages and the advantages of brain drain, but unless somebody can produce the statistics to say how Jamaica is worse off by these people who actually left the country, then I don't think brain drain is that much of an issue. Because if these people were gonna stay there and sit down at their yard and then degree and then subject, then 9 subject, then 10 subject, then too much
So
sugar
basically,
and overdose at Tabian Pack supermarket bag.
basically, this was a conversation to we're poking the beehive. Like, let's start with the people. Like, the government got to do something to not lose these people, whether create the infrastructure or help to facilitate it.
The government needs to stop being so narrow-minded. That's the first step. Stop focusing all your energy on paying back the debt that you owe, because you're going to owe it for a long time. How about if you start investing in the actual human resource of the country, and then maybe that can generate enough capital to help you pay off the debt that you're so knee deep in?
You know what? You know what I'd
Uh,
love to see.
you
I'd
can
love to see.
start.
I'd love to
Go
see
ahead.
more female, like a more female presidents and politicians.
Me too. Yes, yes, yes. Me too.
I would
Poor
love to
Lisa
see it.
Hannah. Oh God, love that girl, but she alone can't do it.
Who?
Lisa Hannah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you said Camilla. I was like, why about to hang up my phone?
Where's Camilla? Jackie or Camilla?
No, I'm talking about the one we have as vice president. I'm about to,
Oh no, I'm talking Lisa Hannah,
oh,
Jamaica.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
we still, yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah. But unless they shift that mindset, like nothing is gonna change. And honestly, it's not even about party anymore. It's not JLP or PNP. It's just the freaking country. It's the nation. Like,
Well, that's the
stop.
thing, but that's the thing. We're stuck in this 80s hoogie zinc to your grandmother mindset, which is so foolish. You should listen to the policies, and vote for the policy. Who has a better plan?
Yeah, but I feel also like these policies need, like, when you dig up your backyard and throw down fresh soil, like it needs to be rooted and gutted, because what they have been doing over the years, from my observance, is they have been building on something that they think worked, or they grew up hearing their parents, the same zinc mentality, say that, oh, when this person was in power, like this really worked for us, the economy flourished, we benefited. And so instead of clearing out all of the pus and all of the stuff were underneath it, and doing, healing your face first before wearing makeup, then just take on more makeup, and if you hide the blemish, and then the skin underneath is rotting. So they're not trying to create new policies. All they're doing is building on old policies, and because they feel like, oh, this is a good strong foundation, but the foundation did weak and rotten out from before they even start to do these new things. So it needs a whole reboot.
I don't have much to add to the
Back to the
makeup
basics. Start
analogy, but
again. The
don't put
what?
that. I don't have much to add to the makeup analogy. Don't put that girl in that video like though. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't. Somebody said, I forgot which was Loop News or something, but Jamaica is the fifth corrupt nation or country in the Caribbean. I was like, fifth? Hello now. That's being very I don't want to say, because Jamaica come for me. But I think that's being very kind to say that we're the fifth corrupt.
The
But
what?
the fifth most corrupt nation in the Caribbean.
The fifth. Who are the
The
next?
fifth, we
Who
number
are the
five.
next? Who are the next four?
Who are the top four? That's what I'm trying to say. Who is the top four?
I like to hear this.
Yeah, maybe next week I'm gonna find the article. I think it was in Loop. Next week we'll build on that notion. But this it's right what you said, like poking the beehive, because this is not something that we can discuss in an hour, or it's something that we could discuss for hours, but there's so many other topics out there that we would love to cover this season. So it's six on one, half dozen of the other, when you think about it. But
True.
yeah, this was good, cuz I like where we landed tonight on this one.
It's a beautiful talk. Provoke the
Yeah,
mind. Make you
yeah.
think it is.
Well, that's the end of our live hour. So thank you so much for tuning in. We got more raw, honest, and relatable conversation, just like the one you heard Red and I having tonight, every Thursday at 8 p.m. So tell your friend, tell your cousin to tell their cousin. Spread the word. Come join us. Come chat with us. Let's vibe. Let's see if we can solve the problems in the West Indies one conversation at a time. So stay safe out there. This is cousin Smishy V and
Cousin Red is here. Stay night.
we're signing out. Yep. Night night. Keep your butt cheeks tight.
Tight.
Truly, make I tell you, see my life is like a movie. And if I tell you all these things, I don't see truly. See my eyes don't see before my life.